Hola, buenos dias. Okay, that was the dress rehearsal. Let's try that again. Hola, buenos dias. Mi nombre es Timoteo. My name is Tim. My pronouns are he, him, and I serve gratefully as minister of this proudly progressive congregation. Very important, very serious. May the 4th be with you. Now, if you are a Star Wars fan, you will understand the reference, and if not, live long and prosper. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, California. Welcome to the rowdy ones here on our Alluvial Avenue campus. Welcome to everybody on our online campus, and this is the moment to share this live stream with your friends and followers. And of course, welcome to everyone joining us later at the time of their choice on Facebook or YouTube. We are one congregation in many places. Our Alluvial Avenue campus sits on the traditional homelands of the Yokuts people. They are the past, present, and future stewards of this land that to them is sacred and alive. As minister of the church in these complicated times, I assure you that here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno, you are welcome no matter your race or culture of origin. We celebrate you no matter your primary or secondary language. Our welcome embraces all those with or without documentation, con papeles y sin papeles. Those of us who are part of the LGBTQIA+ community are welcome here. We welcome gender diversity. We celebrate those of us who are transgender, non-binary, gender fluid, gender expansive, intersex, and as we often say, those too fabulous to be contained by any word. Know that we love you, we cherish you, and we promise you that you are not alone. You are welcome here no matter your religious background or spiritual beliefs. You're welcome no matter your age. Your neurodiversity is welcome here. You're welcome no matter your disabilities, level of formal education, or the amount of money in your bank account. All are welcome here. Todos son bienvenidos aquí. We want to give a special welcome to a good friend of the church, Christine Hadid, a social justice organizer with Central Valley IAF. And I'm delighted that Christine said yes to my invitation to help lead worship today, so we're in for a treat. If you are on our online campus and in your PJs and you want your joy, sorrow, concern, or gratitude included in today's service, just text it to us at 559-239-6543. Be sure to text us your name so that we know who you are. You can also type it into the chat box. And now, let's take a moment to say buenos dias and greet one another. And if you're feeling like a quiet moment would be better for you, feel free to sit this greeting out. So this morning you might say that we are exploring the gospel according to the Beatles. So let's allow the sound of the tingsha to take us into that quiet place that will remind us about the one word that's most important of all, at least according to the Beatles.
Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? It's so fine, it's sunshine. It's the word love. In the beginning I misunderstood, but now I've got it. The word is good. Spread the word and you'll be free. Spread the word and be like me. Spread the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? It's so fine and sunshine. It's the word love. Everywhere I go, I hear it said. In the good and the bad books that I have read. Say the word and you'll be free. Say the word and be like me. Say the word I'm thinking of. Have you heard the word is love? It's so fine, it's sunshine, it's the word love. Now that I know what I feel must be right, I'm here to show everybody the light. Give the word a chance to say that the word is just the way. It's the word I'm thinking of, and the only word is love. It's so fine, it's sunshine, it's the word love. Say the word love. Say the word love. Say the word love. Say the word love.
Good morning and buenos dias. Like Tim said, I'm Christine Hadid, pronouns she, hers. I'm the associate organizer for Central Valley IAF, which, for those of you who don't know, is a broad-based organization made up of diverse member institutions working together for the common good. And you all, as a UU Church of Fresno, are one of our member congregations. If you have a candle or chalice with you in our online campus, get ready as we'll be lighting it soon. This month, the worship theme is the power of imagination. Each Sunday in May, we'll explore a different aspect of this. We especially need the power of imagination in the world we live in today, as imaginative solutions will be part of our way forward. The words we use come from Reverend Scott Taylor, and I'm going to need everyone's help for this. So when I point to you, I want you to say, "May we believe again in the world we imagine." Can we try that together real quick? May we believe again in the world we imagine. And once more with a little more gusto. In the soft light of this flame, may our lives shimmer anew. May we notice new possibilities in those relationships that seem lost. May the hunger growing within give birth to new dreams. May the courage of letting go pull a new story into view. In the world we imagine. May what is give way to what might be. In that spirit, please light your chalice or candle at home while the extraordinary James comes and kindles the flame in our Alluvial Avenue chalice. Thank you, James. And let us rise now in body or spirit as Lorenzo leads us in our song of praise, The Beatles' All We Need Is Love.
Nothing you can do that can't be done. Nothing you can sing that can't be sung. Nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. Nothing you can make that can't be made. No one you can save that can't be saved. Nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. Love, love, love. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. Nothing you can know that isn't known. Nothing you can see that isn't shown. Nowhere you can be that isn't where you're meant to be. It's easy. All you need is love. All you need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. All you need is love. You need is love. All you need is love. Love. Love is all you need. 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 Love is all you need.
I invite us to remain standing as we say together the words of our mission. La misión de la Iglesia Unitaria Universalista de Fresno es amar inclusivamente, crecer espiritualmente, servir con gratitud y trabajar por la justicia. The mission of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno is to love inclusively, grow spiritually, serve gratefully, and work for justice. Please be seated. So this morning we're going to use our imagination, the power that we have in imagination, to imagine that we could bless ourselves with words and intention, and then we're going to bless each other, because the power, we believe, is within each one of us. The words we've used before, they're by Leah Morris, who is a wonderful composer and singer from the East Coast. The words are peace be with me, peace before me, peace to the right of me, peace behind me, peace to the left of me, peace above me, peace below me, peace within, and then we're going to say it, sing it actually, peace be with you, and then the third time it'll be peace be with us. And today we have a body prayer for those who wish to engage the body as well as the voice. So the hand motions, we're going to start with the hands on our heart, and it's going to be, we're going to reach out with peace be with me, and then peace before me, like you're pushing a wave with a little more love, and then peace to the right of me, and then to the left, behind, peace behind me. So it's almost like your arm becomes a little tail, peace behind me, and then peace to the left of me, peace above me, peace below me, and then back to the heart, peace within. Any variation of that is acceptable. Or you can just stand, sit still, or just wave your hands however you want. Lorenzo's going to sing it once through for us. And if you want, I think let's rise in body or spirit. And Lorenzo's going to sing it once, and then we will begin with him. And I'm going to do the motions while he's singing so you can see it. We need the microphone. Peace to the right of me, peace behind me. We need a little more sound, Ron. To the left of me, peace above me.
Peace below me, peace within.
Let's do that again together.
Peace be with me, peace before me, peace to the right of me, peace behind me, peace to the left of me, peace above me, peace below me, peace within. Peace be with you, peace before you, peace to the right of you, peace behind you, peace to the left of you, peace above you, peace below you, peace within. Peace be with us, peace before us, peace to the right of us, peace behind us, peace to the left of us, peace above us, peace below us, peace within, peace within, peace within, peace within.
I invite us to take a nice deep breath in. And we release that breath. Adults, you can sit on down. Kids, we're going to sing you off as you head to your spirit exploration. So let's sing our kids out. Head to the back with Eva and Veronica.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go. We hold you in our love as you go, as you go. May your heart be at peace as you go. To nurture the spark of your precious life. We hold you in our love as you go.
So I invite us to take a nice breath in, and imagine as we do so, we breathe in peace. And we release that breath, breathing out love. Again, a centering, grounding breath, breathing in peace. Breathing out love. One last time together, we breathe in peace. We breathe out love. As we continue breathing together in this sanctuary made holy by our precious beating hearts and our intention to be together. Imagine that your breath can carry you back over the last week, the last 7 days, the gift of your life that not everyone in the world received. And as you breathe into this past week, 2 questions for reflection. In the last week, were you ever unskillful with words or actions? And knowing a new week awaits, what do you want to be mindful of in the week ahead? Each week when we gather, we acknowledge to one another that as human beings, we're complex. We're a mix of the good and the unskillful, the beautiful and the broken. And each one of us carries into this morning your own personal joys, sorrows, concerns, gratitude. Some of us stopped at the small table at the entranceway to the church. Others texted these to us. This is just a little of what is moving among us this morning. Ali E says, thanks to all the moms who helped make today's fundraiser lunch possible. Kim and Tesla are so excited for the free kitten the universe brought to fill our hearts with more love. Amen to that. Someone else reminds us that this weekend, the earth-based traditions, neo-pagan celebration of Beltane took place, including with a bonfire right outside in front of the sanctuary last night. I could smell the smoke as I was working last night. Linda K has a great joy is that Judy P is home again. And Judy, it was a long ordeal, but we are so glad that you are home where you belong, safe and sound and loved. And Millie S says, my best friend of 75 years died Monday. I'll miss her. I'm so glad she's at peace. So Millie, we hold you in our thoughts. 75 years of friendship and memories. We also remember our beloveds, those unable to be with us because of health. We remember Myrna S., Micheline C., Diana I., Glenda R., Pat M., and Robin C. Looking beyond our church community, as we always do, we hold together the reality of wars and violence in places as diverse as South Sudan and the Ukraine. We grieve that hostages are still held by Hamas, and we grieve that the withholding of food and humanitarian aid is being used by the government of Israel as a weapon to starve innocent Palestinian children, women, and men, civilians, in the ongoing genocide in Gaza. As of today, 52,500 Palestinians have been killed, 118,000 injured. This past week, we marked the 50th anniversary of the end of the war in Vietnam, a war that left a complicated legacy on those who fought in the war and those whose lives were impacted by it in so many ways. No matter our feelings about the war, we do want to honor those who served in the armed forces during that time. If you did serve during the Vietnam War, please stand for just a moment as we honor you. Anyone here today? Yes, we honor you. Today, we also acknowledge this month it's Asian American, Native Hawaiian, and Pacific Islander Heritage Month, and it is Mental Health Awareness Month. We also remind each other that in these times we are called to embody compassion and resistance as we witness our government's ongoing assault on freedom, democracy, and decency. And so for everything that has been spoken, for all that we hold in our beating hearts, we light our candle of community. It's a tradition here at the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fresno that at the first anniversary of a member passing into the mysteries of death, we light a candle and remember their life. Today, we remember Frank Jacobson. Frank was devoted to social justice. He was his own person and was glad of that. Almost every Sunday he was in town. He was here, sitting just about there. Frank met life on his own terms, and Frank met his death on his own terms. He always had a smile for us on Sunday, I know he is missed. And so we light this candle to remember the unique life of Frank Jacobson. And as our dual candles burn together, we sing our call to meditation. There is a love.
There is a love holding me. There is a love holding all that I love. There is a love holding all I rest in this love. Hay un amor sosteniendo todo que amo. Hay un amor sosteniendo todo, yo descanso en este amor. There is a love holding you. There is a love holding all that you love. There is a love holding all you rest in this love. There is a love holding us. There is a love holding all that we love. There is a love holding all we rest in this love.
Our words of prayer or reflection are by Richard Gilbert. Let us join in the spirit of mindfulness and prayer. In the midst of the whirling day, in the hectic rush to be doing, in the frantic pace of life, pause here for a moment. Catch your breath. Relax your body. Loosen your grip on life. Consider that our lives are always unfinished business. Imagine that the picture of our being is never complete. Allow your life to be a work in progress. Do not hurry to mold the masterpiece. Do not rush to finish the picture. Do not be impatient to complete the drawing. From beckoning birth to dawning death, we are in process. And always there is more to be done. Do not let the incompleteness weigh on your spirit. Do not despair that imperfection marks your every day. Do not fear that we are still in the making. Let us instead be grateful that the world is still to be created. Let us give thanks that we can be more than we are. Let us celebrate the power of the incomplete, for life is always unfinished business. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen.
Mi nombre es Karen Urrutia Polnitz. Mis pronombres son ella, ella, y sirvo con gratitud como directora del aprendizaje de por vida. Greetings. My name is Karen Urrutia Polnitz. My pronouns are she, they, and I serve gratefully as Director of Lifelong Learning. This reading is titled Imagine by Reverend Terry Denny. Imagine we have arrived. Imagine the lush river cannot swallow us or drown out the voices of our hearts. We have come to these eagle-nested shores to celebrate with the drums of dancing feet. We have come, a gathering of wings arising out of the hard shells of loneliness and into the streets. Out of the violence and the rush of the trains and the drives between, out of the pain in the waiting rooms and the classrooms, the boardrooms and the bedrooms, we are birthing into light. We are holding our palms to the sky, awake and amazed that we can trust the hush, the hum, the hands we fall into like waves. We are listening to the sighs, to the aches of our histories, to the silences pinched beneath skins, and we are learning how to speak our own name. Soft and slow now, turned over and over in our mouths until they shine on our tongues like silver pearls, until something inside us is a sail, is gratitude, billowing and free.
I invite us to rise in body or spirit and let us sing one of, I have to say, the world's most beloved songs, Imagine.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no country. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the whole world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or folks with empty hands. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the whole world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or folks with empty hands. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the whole world will live as one. And the whole world will live as one.
Please be seated. Please be seated. So can I get a hoop if there's any dreamers out there today? Woo. So about 30 years ago, while I was in seminary, I had this experience early in the morning. It was on Cape Cod on the East Coast. Gorgeous, gorgeous, misty morning, sun just coming up, the sound of the waves, hypnotic, in and out, and it was almost as if I could begin to feel every separate grain of sand on that beach. And as I breathed there, as I listened and watched and saw, this amazing sense of the oneness of the universe kind of just filled me. It was like this transcendent experience, what I sometimes call the sense of the holy wow. Can you say that? Holy wow! The self just seemed to melt away. It was something that the great Unitarian Ralph Waldo Emerson called the soul of the whole. And I swear I could feel the entire interconnected web of all existence. It was pulsing in me. I was part of it, but separate from it. And really, truly, it felt as if the entire world was one. Was it real? Or had I imagined it? Was it just a figment of my imagination, my longing for something like that to be true? So I went to my spiritual director and I asked, what if I just imagined it? And she replied, so what if you did? What if it was your imagination? She said. Then she said something I've never forgotten. She said, I consider imagination to be an addition to our five senses, that they're seeing, hearing, touch, taste, and smell. For some people, they believe there's a sixth sense, which is intuition, or that sense of inner knowing. And then my spiritual director said, and the seventh sense is imagination. She said the power of imagination, which is our theme for the month this week in worship, she said the power of imagination offers us three great gifts. First, imagination allows us to have an experience that our rational mind is unable to access. But that doesn't mean it isn't real in an energetic way, on a spiritual level. 2. Imagination is also the source of our creativity. Every dance, song, symphony, book, poem, film, play, architectural plan, mechanical invention, business proposal, clothing design, painting, sculpture, floral arrangement, garden, recipe, tattoo, it all begins in someone's imagination. It's something imagined that our human creativity then makes into reality. Third, she said, imagination is our ability to conceive of the yet to be. Imagination is the source of our vision for the future. Could you say that one with me? Can we say it together, that third one? Imagination is our ability to conceive of the yet to be. Imagination is the source of our vision for the future. Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream speech imagined a future where, quote, one day down in Alabama with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification, one day right down in Alabama, little black boys and little black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and little white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream. Dr. King's imagination. Project 2025 also imagines a future. You may hiss here if you wish. A future where, and I quote the BBC, presidential powers expand till the entire federal bureaucracy, including independent agencies such as the Department of Justice, will be placed under direct presidential control. You may hiss if you wish. That imagined future also includes making white Christian nationalist values the law of the land, complete with suppression of free speech, complete control over women's bodies, assault against education and science, and so much more. Hissing again is welcome. John Lennon also imagined a future, one he captured succinctly in his song Imagine. Lennon wrote Imagine in March of 1971 at the height of the Vietnam War. He described the song as an ad campaign for peace. How appropriate it is that we're exploring this song today as we mark the 50th anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. Tom Eames, writing on the website smoothmusic.com, I like that, smoothmusic.com, he says, Imagine cemented Lennon as a songwriting genius in his own right following the breakup of the Beatles the year before. Eames goes on to say, Lennon composed the song in one morning, written on a white Steinway piano in the bedroom at his Tittenhurst Park home in Ascot, England. Yoko Ono watched on as he composed the melody, chords, and most of the lyrics, and nearly completed the whole song in one short writing session. Well, all that is true. It wasn't a solo Lennon project. Tom Eames writes, Lennon was inspired by several poems from his wife, Yoko Ono's 1964 book, Grapefruit. Lennon later explained that the song, quote, should be credited as a Lennon-Ono song. A lot of it, lyric and concept, came from Yoko. But in those days, I was a bit more selfish, a bit more macho, and I sort of omitted her contribution. You may hiss if you wish. In fact, in 2017, the National Music Publishers Association announced that Yoko Ono would finally be added as a songwriter for Imagine. I learned this only this week, and this sermon should have been entitled, Imagine Yoko Ono and John Lennon's Vision of a Better World. There was another influence on the song's creation, Christianity. Tom Eames remembers Lennon had also been given by Dick Gregory a Christian prayer book, which also inspired the main concept of the song. He then quotes Lennon, "The song puts forth the concept of positive prayer. If you can imagine something and pray for it, you can make it a reality." So, thanks to Yoko Ono and the Christian practice of positive prayer, let's jump into the lyrics of Imagine. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. Now, this first line was shocking to conservative Christianity, and people just recoiled. Go online and look at some of the comments people type about this song. This was more shocking than John Lennon's saying that the Beatles were more popular than Jesus Christ. And for many conservative Christians, it undermined a core foundation of traditional Christian teaching. Now, this is in no way to disparage anyone who has a belief in heaven. I honor that. Some of us here have that belief. But Lennon wrote and Oko wrote these words, "Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try." And that raises a question. What's the purpose of life if it isn't to eventually get into heaven? What then becomes the purpose? And then he goes on to shake things up, and she goes on to shake things up a little bit more. They write together, "No hell below us, above us, only sky." So if you don't have hell, you don't have othering. You're not breaking people apart and labeling some as good and some as bad, some as chosen and some as damned for all time. If you don't have hell, you live into the truth that punishment and fear should not be our worldview. The Universalists traditionally taught that if there is a God, that God is a God of love. And your human infinite unskillfulness, wrongdoing, or sinfulness could never be bigger than God's infinite love. In the end, all would be reconciled to the love from whence they came. The true reality of the universe was universal love for all. Then they wrote, "Imagine all the people living for today." So at first, I got to admit that bothered me. That sounds a little selfish. Instant gratification. Living for today only is a driving force of climate change. So I tried to look at it a different way. It's the difference between living to get into heaven versus living to create a heaven here on earth today. The focus is not on a future afterlife, but the focus is on this life and how we are living now, caring about the impact of the now, how we are living, caring for others and our planet, justice and equity for those who've been marginalized, living with kindness and compassion in the here and now. Unitarian Universalism and Lennon and Oko call us to do this. I love this quote from the Unitarian Universalist minister, Katie Norris. And if we could, yeah, there it is. "My faith is so important to me because it speaks of salvation in this life, through knowing you are loved just the way you are, and discovering who you are and your place in the universe so you can live out your purpose in life." Yeah. Then Ono and Lennon say, imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do, nothing to kill or die for. They're telling us that borders are artificial. They're human-made. That it's about power and greed, separation and division. Ono and Lennon call us to build bridges rather than walls. They say that we're not meant to hurt each other, but help each other. Borders shouldn't be competition, but it should be about cooperation and collaboration. Then comes the one I don't like so much at first. Imagine there's no religion, too. That bothers me because Unitarian Universalism is a religion, and I really like Unitarian Universalism. So I looked up at what John Lennon thought about it, and John Lennon had said, if you can imagine a world at peace, with no denominations of religion, without this my God is bigger than your God thing, then peace could be true. So much harm has been done in the name of religion. So much division and conquering, exploitation and control. But I think of the meaning of the word religion the original meaning based on a word that means to bring back together, to make whole. Religion, if it was doing its job, if it was living up to its name, religion would be putting things back together, making us whole, not creating division in society. And then they said, imagine all the people living life in peace. Just do that for a second. Imagine everybody living life in peace. I'm not sure my mind is big enough to hold an imagining that immense. But if we join together and each of us hold a piece of that imagining of people living life in peace, maybe, just maybe. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or folks with empty hands. Now, I just want to point out that it was originally no need for greed or hunger, a fellowship of, a brotherhood of man. So that was written in 1971. It wouldn't fly today because that is out and out sexist language. So the genius that is our music director, Lorenzo, changed brotherhood of man or folks with empty hands. So thank you, Lorenzo. So it shouldn't be so complicated. It's about sharing what we have. That was Jesus' vision of the kingdom of God, a kingdom of equals. Early Christians lived in community, sharing everything with each other. There should be an equal distribution of resources and opportunity. This idea of there being scarcity and hoarding things for the few is immoral. It is inhuman. It should be illegal. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. It really isn't that complex. It's simple. Share. So, dear ones, these are bold imaginings that Yoko Ono and John Lennon offer us. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Could we say that together? Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. Let's keep going. You may say, I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the whole world will live as one. And the whole world will live as one. So is this just naive? Is this pie in the sky fantasy? Knowing all that we know about history, about human beings, about cycles of violence and oppression, generational trauma, greed, hunger for power, knowing what we know about today's headlines, are we wasting our time continuing to dream and be dream a world so drastically different from the one we have. Yoko Ono said, "We are all dreamers creating the next world, the next beautiful world for ourselves and for our children." I think of the seventh generation principle of the Iroquois nation. It's a philosophy that said every decision that we make today should result in a sustainable world 7 generations in the future. Dear ones, we might not get there, but we must keep trying and trying. What's the alternative? Despair, hopelessness, being absorbed into and becoming everything that is the opposite of our religious and social values? I say we are being called to take our place in that long, long line of dreamers, in the long, long lineage of dreamers. We're being called to keep imagining the world not as it is, but as it could be, as we need it to be. I think of that imaginative quote from a Unitarian Universalist minister, a quote that the Dr. Martin Luther King borrowed and made his own, a quote originally spoken by Theodore Parker, the great Unitarian abolitionist, social justice crusader, and minister. In 1853, he said, "I do not pretend to understand the moral universe. The arc is a long one, and my eye reaches but little ways. I cannot calculate the curve and complete the figure by the experience of sight. I can divine it by conscience, and from what I see, I am sure it bends toward justice." That has always been the country and the world and the future that Unitarian Universalists have imagined. As reported by All Things Considered on September 2nd, 2010, Unitarian minister, the Reverend Theodore Parker, also first spoke other imaginative words, later borrowed by President Abraham Lincoln for the Gettysburg Address. In an 1850 sermon, Theodore Parker spoke of a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. We have never yet achieved this imagining for all people in America. But that has always been the country and the future that Unitarian Universalists have imagined. Even now in 2025, as we are being led farther and farther from a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, this is the country and the future we imagine creating. One that offers liberty and justice for all, not just a favored few. Let's join together. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us and the world will live as one. And the world, the whole world, will live as one. Que así sea, bendito sea. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen.
cloudless only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the whole world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or folks with empty hands. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the whole world will live as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger, or folks with empty hands. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the whole world will live as one, and the whole world will live as one.
Umberto on keyboards, Lorenzo vocals. On the second Sunday of each month, we hold it's the first one because next week is our flower communion, but usually on the second Sunday of each month, we hold a special offering for a social justice group, organization, or individual that is in alignment with our Unitarian Universalist values. This Sunday, we are pleased to welcome Andrea, who will share briefly about the important work done at Citizens Climate Lobby. Please welcome.
Thank you so much for inviting me to tell you about Citizens Climate Lobby. I'm Andrea, and I'm the local chapter leader for the group. Am I ready for the next slide? Great. So we're all volunteers in Citizens Climate Lobby Fresno. We train each other to build relationships with Congress, as well as our community and local media. And that's so that we can pass legislation to lower the greenhouse gas emissions that are causing the climate chaos that so many of us are concerned about. Our group is unique in that we work in a nonpartisan manner. And of course, in these divisive times, this is really difficult. But it's an important part of our values. And like Tim said, you know, we hope to build bridges rather than walls and wedges with our group. That was hard to say, walls and wedges. I wonder if you all might recognize a few people in these. This is a meeting we had. It was a candidate forum, so we interviewed Republican and Democratic candidates for Congress about their environmental views and their views on climate change. So yeah, you probably recognize a few people. We have a lot of UU members in our group, and last year, your donations helped us to send Juan and Jimena to represent us in DC and to learn at our conference in DC. And they played a pivotal role in some effective meetings we had with Valley members of Congress, like this is Republican David Valadao, and also with the staff of Democrat Jim Costa. We talked about a lot of different pieces of legislation with them to address climate change. Listed here, we promoted these pieces of legislation, and the kids were a really important part of that. And some of that legislation was co-sponsored within days of those meetings. So you all helped with that. Thank you so much. This year, we have some more wonderful young people that we'd like to send to our DC conference in July, including Anna, who you can see here with the microphone. She's talking about climate and fire near her home in Three Rivers and in Sequoia National Park at the Women's History Day in Visalia. Also, we'd like to send Abby, who's one of our grassroots outreach leaders, and she ran our Earth Day letter writing campaign. When they're in DC, they'll be advocating for policies that promote affordable electrification and healthy forests. And also investments in clean energy, justice, and jobs. So on behalf of future generations like my grandchildren here, I thank you so much for whatever you can donate and for all your support of this congregation's past support and hopefully future support of Citizens Climate Lobby Fresno. And I'll be here after the service if anyone has any questions or comments or wants to get involved. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for the work you're doing. In the spirit of giving, let's join our voices in our call to offering as it appears on the screen. If not us, then who? If not open hearts, then what? If not now, then when? If not here, then where? If not generously, then how? If not us, then who? Si no somos nosotros, entonces quién? Si no corazones abiertos, entonces qué? Si no es ahora, entonces cuándo? Si no es aquí, entonces dónde? Si no damos generosamente, entonces cómo? Si no somos nosotros, entonces quién? The morning offering for Citizens Climate Lobby will now be gratefully received. And if this is your first time with us, we do invite you to just let the basket pass you by. Your presence here today is a gift in itself. to the pulpit for our chalice extinguishing.
We lit our chalice with words from the Reverend Scott Taylor, and we revisit them as our service draws to a close. As we extinguish the soft light of this chalice flame, may our lives shimmer anew. May what is give way to what might be. May we believe again in the world we imagine. Please join in our chalice extinguishing words led by Karen and Troy.
Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los llevaremos en el corazón. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts.
And now, Tim has some reminders.
I do indeed. First, Cecily is our coordinator of community life. If you are new or newish to the community and want to get more connected or sense of belonging, Cecily is here to help you out. Just talk with her after the service. After the service, in our courtyard will be our coffee hour. And if you look for the turquoise tablecloth, I have so much problem with that color. I don't know what it is. Look for that color that's light blue, and there will be a board member there who will be able to engage you in conversation. Sometimes it can be intimidating coming to a new church. Get your coffee, head to that table, and you don't have to do anything. The board member has to do the work. There are two different food options today because food is always at the center of Unitarian Universalism. In the courtyard will be a lunch. And then today is also our all-church picnic just down Alluvial Ave at Bob Belcher Park. There is limited parking, so please walk if you're able. And on either place, we do have food available for you. Our moms have their Dogs for a Cause fundraiser lunch supporting their effort to build a playground on campus here. Enjoy a hot dog or a not dog, side orders, and a drink. And if you're not going to the church picnic, you can stay and eat in the courtyard. If you're going to the church picnic, you can take it with you. It's $20 per person, $40 a family. And if the money is tight right now, enjoy lunch on us. And if today is your first time here, lunch is actually on us. Just tell them at the food counter that Tim's got your tab and you're all set. Next Sunday is one of our favorite and most beloved services of the year. It is our Mother's Day service, but more importantly, it is our cherished flower communion. What we invite you to do is bring a blossom or two with you from a garden, your neighbor's garden, the store, and bring it with you to church. And there's a beautiful ritual of love, inclusion, and diversity. That's next Sunday, our annual flower communion from our online campus. Once again, here's Karen.
Hey, Karen, did you hear?
Hey, Jetpig. Did I hear what?
I am going to Chalice Camp.
You're going to Chalice Camp? That sounds awesome. Wait a second. What's Chalice Camp?
Ooh, Chalice Camp is a whole week where we get to be at church and do activities and games, and all while exploring our UU values.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Can I go?
Of course you can go.
What about our friends? Can they come too?
You betcha. Kids and youth of all ages are invited. Come by the RE table to sign up.
And what about if they aren't able to pay the fee to register for Chalice Camp?
We have scholarships available so that everyone can attend Chalice Camp. Just ask at the table.
Wow, this sounds amazing. I can't wait for Chalice Camp. Will you join us?
Join us!
And our last reminder of the morning, and I'm sorry you have to follow that, Christine, you have an invitation personally for each one of us.
Yes, thank you so much, Reverend Tim. As many of you may have already heard, Central Valley IAF is holding an important assembly on May 19th. And to highlight why this event matters, I'd like to briefly share a reflection on the difference between service and solidarity. Service is often one-directional. You have one who gives help and another who receives it. And while useful, service alone doesn't transform power dynamics or systems of injustice. It simply eases some of the burdens that they create. Solidarity, on the other hand, is mutual. It's not about me helping you, it's about us showing up for each other. And that requires us to be in relationship with each other, building a collective body where pain is not felt in isolation. Rather, when one part suffers, so does the whole. Aboriginal activist Lilla Watson put it this way: if you have come here to help me, you are wasting your time. But if you've come because your liberation is bound up in mine, then let us work together. Our gathering on May 19th will be this time at Westside Church of God, where pressures around industrial pollution, immigration, and a lack of affordable housing are deeply felt by local residents. However, their struggle indirectly affects all of us. And by showing up, we can continue to not just imagine, but to build a culture of oneness in Fresno. And you can be a part of that, helping us to shift local power dynamics towards our common good. And, breaking news, your own Reverend Tim will be one of our co-chairs for the event. So thanks to all of you and to Reverend Tim, and I hope to see you there.
Amen to that. Last but not least, we have a tradition where we like to welcome folks who are here for the first, second, or third time. We don't want to embarrass you, but we do want to express the gratitude of all the options in Fresno this morning. You chose to be here. So if this is your first, second, or third time, could you please stand for just a moment? We won't leave you standing alone for long. Woo-hoo! Welcome, 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 welcome. I invite the rest of the congregation to rise with them for our closing words and sung benediction. If you came with someone else, you're welcome to join hands. If not, you can always place your hands over your beautiful hearts. I think you'll recognize these words and the song inspired by and written by Yoko Ono and John Lennon. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine all the people living life in peace. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. May it be so. Blessed be. Amen. Let's sing.
May we have safe passage, safe passage. May we have safe passage on our way. Safe passage on your way, wanderer. Safe passage on your way, searcher. Safe passage on your way, sweet pilgrim. Safe passage on our way. May we have safe passage. Safe passage. May we have safe passage on our way. Shalom.
Shalom and assalamu alaikum.